That was like, well, what the hell do we do now? How the hell is this possible?
How much later till we get a response?
Usually 24 to 48 hours, and they denied the appeal and said you cannot reapply for another 3 months now. And they don't tell you what you got to do to change it. The aha was, but it was like, it's probably shorts, or it could be shorts.
Got good news, right? How many attempts was this?
This would be our second appeal, probably our third demonetization on this channel. We've been demonetized and remonetized, quite a few times on this channel.
All right, so
it's a moneymaker.
So just to give a little bit of context here, so the channel that we have talked about this. We have previous videos talking about being demonetized and what you should do in that area. So we got demonetized for a timeline, probably 3 months ago?
Yeah, we got demonetized a long time ago and got remonetized on this channel.
Right.
But the most recent one was on Christmas Day. We got a demonetization.
Or bonuses.
Nice. Yeah, right after we issued bonuses. And it's like a $6,000-$7,000 a month channel, which means a lot to it,
Yeah, to a small,
It's a small company, a small network.
Yeah. And so it got demonetized, so December, January, February, March. Well, we reapplied. What happened right after that, right?
So we appealed it in December.
Okay, appealed it. So really, very shortly after.
We didn't change anything on the channel.
Right.
We just appealed it and said, hey, this is our process. We're taking reused content, but we're adding enough stuff.
Right.
And they denied the appeal, but they never tell you why.
Right.
They just say, it could be one of these things.
Yeah. Okay, so that happens. So first thing is demonetization, get an appeal, right? Immediately put out an appeal. And then how much later till we get a response?
Usually 24 to 48 hours, and they denied the appeal and said you cannot reapply for another 3 months now.
All right,
so you can't even reapply. So, and they don't tell you what you got to do to change it. They're like, change your channel to fit the guidelines and then reapply in 3 months. So that's 3 months of revenue we're not going to get.
So we fast forward to March, basically, right? And come back, and it's denied. Did we do anything to the channel?
We did. So what we did was delete most of the content that we only had very short narration in between the clips. This channel is a compilation channel. So it's like the funniest impressions of Chris Rock.
Right.
And then you'll do 6 or 7 guys, and you have to narrate in between each clip and keep the clips under 30 seconds, as we talk about in all of our fair use stuff. So we did that. But we thought maybe they demonetized us because there wasn't enough narration between those clips. So we deleted all of those and just kept the huge narrated parts.
Right.
And then on March 25th, when we were able to, we clicked reapply, and they denied us again and said you can appeal again.
They denied. Okay, so that's the second, basically, okay.
And that was like, well, what the hell do we do now? How the hell is this possible?
Okay. And then from there, right, where most people would be like, all right. Like, I think at best, most people, 90% of people would be like, all right, I don't know what to do. But we took it a step further by doing what?
Well, I don't remember exactly where the aha was, but it was like, it's probably shorts, or it could be shorts.
Right.
Because even though we were narrating in the middle of clips in the long form, we weren't in the shorts. We were just taking the funny impressions and putting them as shorts.
Right.
And without any narration. We had no idea shorts could be, YouTube's pushing shorts. Do shorts. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. They want to compete with TikTok and all that. So, okay, we'll do shorts.
Yeah.
And so we thought maybe if we delete the shorts, and honest, technically you're not supposed to delete anything before you appeal.
Yeah.
But we deleted the shorts, and we appealed, and they remonetized us just, 15, 20 minutes ago. So we're doing this video. So, lesson learned, it could have been the narration in between the videos still. So I think to be safe, we're going to re-upload those videos we're going to redo them and add a little more narration. And if we do shorts, we have to make sure we're narrating in them. And I think that was the rule here, or the lesson here. So, beware. When you're doing shorts, don't just steal content or take whatever with no making it your own. It's the same thing as long form.
Yeah.
You got to kind of make it your own, and we didn't even know that. And we probably could have just deleted them and never even experienced this last 3 months had we known that, but we didn't know that. Really no way we could have. So unfortunately, an expensive lesson learned. But, to all those people who are out there, if you've got a channel and you're kind of just willy-nillying shorts around, make sure that they're not just reused content shorts, because it really could screw you.
I'm just curious, just basically now that people understand, kind of what we did, how did we actually do it, right? And so what I'd be curious about is, first determining how it was shorts, right? So how did you figure that out?
We don't 100% know.
Yeah.
Fucking YouTube, like you just never 100% know anything, but it does seem to make a lot of sense, and it did work. Yeah. So it's like, all right,
But you were reading stuff about shorts?
Yeah, there's other people going through the same thing.
Right, so it's a network that you're connected to in some way that...
I was just looking at Reddit.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah. I watched a couple other creators talk about it on YouTube. I went into the forums, and I was like... And then I went into the guidelines and reread them, and it's for shorts too.
Okay.
So it's in plain English. You can't just... You should do shorts.
Yeah.
But, you got to be careful with them, because if you're doing a faceless channel and it's based on like compilations or stuff.
Yeah, and then they're taking these pieces that you didn't really change at all. So now
you changed it in your long form, and you took it from your long form, but that clip you created didn't have any of the narration in it. So, So I would just be very careful of that. And that's how we deduced it. Maybe it's probably the shorts. Could have been a combination. Another thing you got to remember is that the person appealing is different than the last person appealing.
Right.
And when you're operating in a gray area, and so are they, it's kind of up to the decision maker.
You got a different judge.
Exactly. The bot demonetized us.
Right.
So now you got to go in front of someone and say, look, this is how we do it. This is our process. This is our argument.
Yeah.
And sometimes they say no, and I guess they say yes.
What some people might know too is that I think the way that we went about this, right? I think there was like, a video, right? Versus, just sending an written email saying.
Well, they asked you to do a video appeal.
Okay.
So, but the video appeal done by our partner Anwar in this, he's the third partner in this company, and he really did a good job on the appeal.
Yeah.
And it asks you, it's got to be 5 minutes or right under 5 minutes, and you've got to show the editing process. You got to explain the whole process to them. And they bullet point out how they want it explained. A fucking pain in the ass.
Yeah.
But did a good job. And, but I do think at the end of the day, it was the shorts. I think if I had to bet, I'm betting that all day.
So short tip here, guys, we talk a lot about AI and some of the tools that are out there like Opus, that we use. It sounds like, just watching out and kind of, looking through the details of those shorts, before you release them, because it could demonetize your channel.
Yeah, if you're using other people's content, you be very careful, because maybe not even do them for that. But right now, it's a touchy, it's sketchy.
Yeah, I think they, it might, just from understanding, the business side a little bit about YouTube and just knowing that they are a business, I think that they have to abide by these AI rules, even if you're doing a video that has, let's say, stock photo, like stock video, right? Mm. They're going to, because they ask that question now, right? There's a checkbox.
Well, also, sometimes you put a stock song in or background song, and you've paid for it. You pay for the license from the $30 a month for Storyblocks or whatever.
Right.
You get one of the songs, and they claim it, and you have to appeal the claim. So that shit happens all the time. Not all the time, but it's going to happen. You're going to pay for something, they're going to claim it, you're going to dispute it, you're going to win. But in this case of a channel demonetization, it's a little heavier, a little more involved. But you can get it back. You can get your channel remonetized. But YouTube doesn't make it too easy, and that's our experience with this. We've had other remonetization success stories, but this just happened, so we wanted to get it out fresh.
Yeah. Everyone wants to make $1 million day one, but then over time you get beat up. It's lonely at the top. Like if you're doing this by yourself and you don't know that other people are suffering, like the camaraderie. If you don't have that, you just feel like you're doing it wrong.
Community was what taught me and made me all the money. Really gave me the confidence to keep moving forward. The concept of a community specifically, to move each other up. If there's one thing more important than anything, it's a community of people who are driven, who want to help each other, who want to be successful. A community like that is by far worth more than any of the YouTube videos and stuff you could watch out there. It's a game changer.
Receive it, I seen it, it's cool. Facts. You fake it to fake it, you make it, I take it, reshape it, replacing the truth. I really can't hate it, but the lies are so creative. I don't mean to celebrate it, but it's cool. But look, The more that I deny you, as the fuel to the fire, your delusions I desire, but it's cool.